smartest Jedis in the galaxy are waiting to talk to you. But it doesn't stop there. My friends want to chat too. No, Jabba's not here right now. You want me to put my lightsaber where?
Whoops, looks like you caught us.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing. No, seriously, welcome to another episode of Fairly Average, where we talk geek, pop culture, and whatever else interesting in the world. I'm Joss Ford with your co-host, Skippy the Ninja Rays, and Isaac Cerna. What's up, guys? Woo! And I just realized I had a name change again.
As always.
As always. And in case you're wondering what that was in the beginning, that was a really tacky Playboy ad for call girls. Would you call them call girls?
It's like a phone sex line.
Yeah.
But Star Wars style.
So I hope
if you watched, like, Spike TV in the, like, mid-2000s at, like, 11 p.m., you're familiar with them. Definitely.
And we hope you didn't get you in trouble at your workplace.
Oh, God. We probably should have trimmed that, huh?
Oh, well. Anyway, so today we have a really great
this
show.
This podcast not safe for work, somehow.
Oh. I know, right? So today we have a really great episode. We are going to abstain from the sad things in life, which we like to talk about often. Right, guys?
Like my life in its entirety.
So today we are going to be skipping a couple things, recent things that we will be talking about on a different podcast. Recently we did have a shooting over here, close to where we live, about 10 miles out.
Mm-hmm. Very
no
close,
more than 10 miles
scary.
Out. It was terrifying, and in case you haven't heard, it was the California San Bernardino shooting that took at least, was it 14 lives?
Yeah. Something like
and
that.
Terrified our entire community. So it's very personal to us, and it really did affect our neighborhoods. And then more recently, more attacks, or what seemingly attacks of violence, and the LA school district had to shoot down, oh my god,
They had to shut down.
They had to shut down. Oh my god, I am so
No shooting down.
No, there's no shooting. Please don't freak out. Because there was, I believe, a bomb threat.
Yes, what they described as a quote-unquote credible bomb threat.
So those are things that we're going to be discussing in a later episodes, but today we'd really like to focus on
the fun things in life.
The fun things in life that keep us away from being terrified at night with all the things out in the universe.
Yes, the good things that push the despair away to the horizon for a bit before it creeps up on us again.
It's what keeps us going, guys. So, where should we start?
What's the first thing on the docket, Jocelyn?
God damn it, Caesar. Alright, so the first thing on our list is the 2015 top Google searches. Now, if you haven't seen it, you can find it, obviously, by Googling.
Hey.
Yes, how meta. What if that became, like, the top Google search? Like
Google
2015.
The top search for people 50 and over is Google.
I tend to Google.
The second one is Facebook.
So, what were some things that you noticed from the little video? I mean, most of it was actually surprisingly heartwarming. In the video compilation that Google made, there was a lot of how do we end prejudice, how do we help the Syrian refugees, how do we get to peace.
I mean, that's cherry picking a bit, I'm sure.
No, I definitely believe it was cherry picking. There was some other things that were very culturally important this year, like the dress, and if you missed the dress, then I have no idea where you were. Yeah, the dress that rocked the internet, and then also Cecil the Lion.
that poor lion.
There was surprisingly a lot of heartwarming questions that gave me a sense of hope for society. And that could just be me, you know. Such as, like, how do we end prejudice? How do we, like, improve? How do we get to world peace? Those are searches that I didn't expect. Quite honestly, I feel like it's a sham.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like Google did pick those on purpose. Like, I feel they're, like, more than, like, the top 20. I feel like the top 20 to 40, those were it. But I think, like, the original, like, top 20 Google searches were, like, Pornhub.com.
Yeah.
Bigger, blacker dick.
As it should be.
Sexy Latinas number 5.
Oh. What?
I don't know.
Blacks on blondes. Pajama butt slut.
What?
That was the number one most Google thing.
Pajama butts.
Actually, ever.
Oh my god.
You heard it here first, folks.
But what things stood out to you looking at the video? Like, did you get any feelings or did you care at all?
One I was surprised that they put up was, what does the Confederate flag stand for? The fact that they added that into their... They added that into their video was kind of... It was different.
Well, that was a whole controversy, you know, the Confederate flag. People like, oh, it's our heritage, and other people being like, it's a heritage of
the KKK and racism and
stuff.
And evil that's happened in the past.
And we could get onto a whole tangent about that, but I don't feel like we should tonight. Tonight's a good night.
Yeah.
Very good night.
Hashtag we're not social justice warriors tonight.
We're gonna hang that cape up for tonight. But yeah, the Google searches was kind of really nice to see. It was heartwarming, but I also don't believe it. I don't believe that, you know, pajama sluts wasn't like a Google search.
You can look up analytics for like anything, for any Google search.
But really quickly, I'm not slut shaming.
What?
I just wanted to say that if you're a pajama slut...
If you're a pajama butt slut, don't be offended by this podcast. Also, definitely not safe for work anymore.
No.
We've never been. I love cursing too much.
But speaking of weird Google searches and the internet, as usual, I think we really like to talk about things that grab our attention on the internet. Recently, a viral video came about that really describes my life, that I can entirely relate to, and I'm sure some of you at home may relate to, and that some of us here can relate to in a different way. And what I'm referring to is the Instagram's husband's viral video that recently came about. To summarize, do you want to take over? Like, do you want to summarize it, C's?
I think you can summarize it better.
Well,
I relate to it more, but you probably paid more attention.
Oh, yes. I love this video. First off, it features 3 husbands, and they basically say, I'm a Instagram husband, and they show the daily life of being, I guess, the camera for their blogging girlfriends, or their girlfriends that upkeep active social media feed, particularly on Instagram.
AKA you.
Yeah, so basically they act as human selfie sticks, and it's really funny to watch. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see it. It's really cute. It's about 3 minutes long. It's pretty close to home. Mm-hmm. Now, you guys watch the video. I'm not going to get to you first. What did you think, Isaac?
Well, they're all white. They're all very white.
Wow.
Back to the social justice cast.
We didn't even last like 20 minutes.
They all seem like middle class. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just something that I have no comments.
How did you feel about it?
I don't know. Do gay people have the Instagram quote unquote husbands thing too?
No, we have. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. We have others.
Others.
It's a wide range.
Grinder husbands.
It's the ugly or gays who do that picture taking
just
for us.
Just hold it while I take a picture of it. No, but yeah, it seems I know that life. I know higher, lower, twist it. No, twist it.
Are we talking about taking photos, or are you talking about something else?
I don't know if I should be in the room for this.
Damn, not safe for work tonight.
But yeah,
MSFW.
You know, get my good side. Oh, that still works.
Oh my god.
But
we are still talking about photo taking here, people. We really, truly still are.
I didn't know photography could be that sexy.
When you have a picky girlfriend that takes at least 90 pictures before she finds one that she likes.
I am so guilty of this. I have,
exposure.
I have definitely used people around me to be my selfie stick, and I have definitely bossed people around and gotten mad. Like, literally angry.
Angry with rage.
Beyond reason over Instagram photos. Like, you didn't take that right, or how could you mess up? It's not that hard, just hold it here. And I think the video, aside from its cuteness, it also points out a really critical piece of information that lately in our society, a lot of the things we do on social media is fake. And it was refreshing, enjoyable, and also kind of scary and sad to see the real stuff that goes behind the scenes. One of my favorite quotes that came from the video was, "We used to just eat food together." Because they were too busy, like, taking the photo of the food, and they're like, "Wow, you ate that. I was going to take a photo of that."
That happens. Before you eat that, let's take a picture of it. A photo that was.
Can we talk about that really quick?
What?
Taking photos of your food? So somebody on Thanksgiving put, "Please don't put photos of your Thanksgiving food. We're all eating the same damn thing." And I agreed. I don't know. I'm not a food person. Like, you'll never catch me taking a picture of my food.
I don't know. Like, if you're at a nice place, or if it looks cool, or whatever, go ahead. If, like, you're at In-N-Out, we all know what In-N-Out looks like. Like, outfully frame a fucking McDonald's hash brown. Try that.
I mean...
Or at least put a filter on it and clean your foggy lens, right?
I mean, I think capturing moments like that is fun because most of us don't go and get a fancy meal every night.
I do.
Or take the effort to make your shitty meal look fancy.
I do.
Oh, I am the king of shitty meals. I am Mr. Spaghetti, Butter, and Pepper.
Ugh.
I don't even know what that means.
It's delicious is what it means. Plenty of Parmesan. The real stuff.
But getting back to the main subject, now that we heard about Isaac's hate for foodies and Insta-food.
Food pics. Insta-pics of food.
Insta-food.
Yeah, trust me. I want to eat that food all day, all night. But I don't want you taking pictures of it. I don't want you to be posting it online.
So are we still talking about food?
Yeah.
It sounded like something else.
All day.
All night. But I don't want to be posting it online. Oh, man. Too easy. But do you think that things such as Instagram really detract from reality?
I mean, I don't know, like my Instagram, it's like updated like once a month. And it's like, oh, hey, cool. But people like take it super far. They Instagram everything. They're like, yay, traffic, Instagram it. You know, it's like, gets to a point where it's like, no one cares.
But what about filters and posing? Like, how far do you think too far is? Do you think, like, being an Instagram husband is actually pretty sad?
So sad.
I'd like to say, like, it can show, like, a little bit of self-absorption, and, I mean, I'd be the first to admit it, that I think it can be a little
You better be.
It can be a little self-absorbed, and it can be a little, fake, I guess.
Well, it's always like, oh, get the best lighting, get this. I like meeting people in person and seeing the ugly shadows on their face. Because the ugly shadows all over their face, or their greasy hair because they just got out of work or whatever. That's what makes them real people.
Wow.
I like real people.
Calm down, Teddy Roosevelt.
What the fuck does that mean?
I like real people. But...
As opposed to robots?
Robot.
I am anti-robot. I am anti the third variety. For all of you science fiction fans, reference.
Ugh, that section of book. It was a section of book.
It was
in an anthology, and it was terrifying.
It was really good. Yeah, you know what's scary? Getting stabbed and people not believing it's real. Which is the next subject on our docket, the Art Basel stabbing, in which some crazy-ass Chinese lady stabbed a chick in the neck.
Wait, you don't know if she's Chinese?
Okay, that's my racism there.
Exactly.
I didn't look at her eye shape
Whoops.
or the size of her head. But the point is, this Asian lady stabbed a woman in the neck at the Art Basel show in, I don't care,
Miami, Florida.
Florida.
It's always in Florida.
Always.
That's a reoccurring theme of this podcast. Florida is crazy.
That's a reoccurring theme of life. But, yeah, this lady was, like, bleeding and calling for help and, like, you know, crying and stuff. And people thought it was, like, abstract performance art, which is sad on the state of performance art and this. I don't know. I can see how you're in an art show. There's like a bunch of weird shit happening. I can kind of see it, but I would always check to see if a stabbed person was okay. Even if, like, is this art? I'm not afraid to sound stupid. I'd be like, is this art? I don't know. I'm stupid. Please explain this to me.
It's kind of disturbing to think that no one had that mentality, that no one bothered to check, like,
hey, are you really dying?
What if she was really bad at dying? Like, would it just look like bad acting? And
He's
no
like,
one felt bad.
oh no, I have been stabbed.
Stabbeth me, have you?
But you
Thou shalt seek my revenge.
This is the end.
Calpurnia shall rise again.
This
Et
is
tu
the end.
Oh.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too
No,
soon.
it's just terrible,
Hey,
though.
I'm related to that guy. No, I'm not. Yeah, Caesar joke. Very, very novel.
It's just weird. Like, if you saw someone walking around with blood, regardless if, like, it's at Target or an art show. Well, yeah, he was.
It depends how bloody.
I'm like, honey, these are white pants, and that is blood, and blood does not come out of white pants.
It depends on the place and amount of blood. Like, if I see someone, like, walking, like, in an art show covered in blood, I'm gonna be like, either that's art or someone died. If I'm, like, in a downtown Fullerton bus station and I see a guy screaming at a backpack with a bit of blood on, like, him, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna stay 20 feet away from that guy at all times. That's a true story, kids.
I was gonna just say that. But really,
It's
like,
all context.
do we really think that art is just that, you know, subjective, that anything can be art, including someone dying?
You hear about the weird-ass performance art and shit. Like, everything is performance art nowadays.
it's just mind-boggling. Like, I can't get over how confused I am that no one, hundreds of people were there, and no one even questioned why this girl was, like, bleeding. They just thought, oh.
Well, it's not like she was there for hours or some shit.
Yeah, no, definitely, but it took a good while. How terrifying is that? You're asking for help, and no one is there.
Yeah, that would be very scary.
And then, some of the quotes from the articles we were reading had, people that did see her and did not help and did not assist, saying,
I just thought it was fake blood.
yeah, man, I thought it was fake blood. Oh, it didn't look real at all.
Well, it's because we're so accustomed to seeing TV violence and not real violence.
And also, the person that did the stabbing was fucking crazy as shit. She said, I needed to kill her, and then I needed to kill 2 more. And it's like, what the fuck did you, like, go on right before you went to go see art?
PCP.
But, hey, could we say it's art after all?
I mean, if she intends it as performance art, it's performance art. I stabbed that lady. Something, making a statement about violence or something. I don't know.
Nah, but that lady's
pretentiousness.
She's just crazy, though.
No, she's just crazy. She stabbed someone. Art attracts crazy people.
I would disagree.
I would agree, knowing you and your friends.
So, speaking of shocking and making statements, but not that shocking, but kind of cool. But I just need a cool transition. Fuck it. We're gonna hop ahead. Recently, Sony has released the first picture to the all-female cast of Ghostbusters. Well, I wouldn't say all-female cast, but main protagonist female cast.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I have tepid excitement for the movie, not because I don't believe in the women.
He's a misogynist.
Shut up.
The movie will be starring Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, and Leslie Jones.
I don't like Melissa McCarthy's shtick, but the other women are funny. I just I don't know.
He's a misogynist. It's okay.
Shut
up. Okay. It's okay. See, he's dying. He's choking.
I'm choking.
He's choking on his misogyny.
You asshole. I don't know. I'm just a little doubtful. It'll probably be great. I mean, remakes can go good or bad, and I don't know, the director is, newish, if I'm correct. And, the original writers, I don't think had involvement.
And how do we feel about this all-female cast? Do you think it was the right choice, or do you think it could have been handled differently?
I think it's just SNL Part 2. It's a really long SNL skit.
Yeah, most of
not that I don't think it's. I think it's female
the
cast.
Women are SNL alumni, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I feel like literally, I feel like I've seen this group of people before together, and I think it would be nice to see some other people who we maybe haven't heard of, who are extremely funny. Maybe give some more women a chance to break out themselves. You know, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'm not sure how I feel about let's just make an all-female cast to make it an all-female cast. And that could just be me
Why not?
I get
being misogynistic?
Yes. I get very defensive when characters are changed, but I guess in the Ghostbuster situation, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So that's why exactly you can't have an all group girl female characters. But if they start switching genders of every Justice League member, I'd probably have something to say.
Or if they called Melissa McCarthy, oh, you're Venkman now. It's you're not Bill Murray.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see it, but yes, I do agree that I feel like I've seen these people before.
It's going to be the same kind of movie they've done before.
I feel it's going to be really silly. I'm not too excited about it. Although I think the photograph itself looks epic. Looking at the girls in what seems like their characters is pretty neat to see.
No, yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I'll see it. You know, it's just I'm not attached to Ghostbusters like I would be like another franchise. Like Ghostbusters is an amazing movie. It's great. Mm-hmm. But like I watch it like once a year and it's like, yeah, this is still really good. It doesn't hold like a place in my heart like say Star Wars would.
Mm-hmm. But this brings me to a question that I'd like to bring to the panel. Recently, we've seen in a lot of cultural movies and stories that we're starting to change genders, sexual orientations, and I guess ethnicities. I wouldn't say for the sake of doing it, but just to bring about, you know, a more change and more diversity, because most of our characters were originally white males. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think sometimes it changes stories?
My whole thing is, I don't know what it would be like to be a person like this. However, if I was to say a young African-American girl growing up, I would love to know that there is more options of people to look up to as a little kid. Mm-hmm. Like for me, for instance, I'm a gay Hispanic male. There's not really, besides Ricky Martin, there really isn't anyone to look up to. So
Oscar de la Hoya, my friend.
So I think it's great that there's more people out there. It's kind of promoting, be yourself, be the best self you can be, because look at where I ended up. You know, I was myself and now I'm here. It kind of promotes that, you know, that good feeling I think that every little kid needs. You know?
But would you, like, change, let's say Batman. I understand that there's a Batwoman, a Batgirl, but she's also a white lady. Mm-hmm. Would you change, like, the gender of, like, let's say, specifically, like, Batman, and still call them, like, I guess Batman or Batwoman, but then make them, I don't know, like, Puerto Rican and...
I don't know. I think privilege is a part of the story of Batman.
Yeah.
So I don't...
His parents died super rich.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I mean, can't you have, like, rich Puerto Rican parents?
I mean, sure.
That's less likely to happen. It's not very relatable. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
I mean, could you make Batman come from humble beginnings?
Yeah.
If you wanted to make, like,
you could
a relatable story.
Maybe something can be, like, part of the Hispanic culture is you work hard to get what you want. Maybe you can kind of tie that in.
But is it still Batman? That's my question.
It could still be Batman.
It's a take on Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, comics are all about, like, hey, what's the take on this? And, you know, some of it is, people take up a mantle, like the current Miss Marvel is a Muslim woman, which is awesome.
We have Miles Morales.
Other people, I'm blanking.
You see, there's not enough diversity.
Yeah.
It's the same old, you know, they came from typical middle-class American families, and now they're superheroes. And it has now they're this character, that character.
It has a lot to do, I feel, also because, like, our main comics, like, the comics that have stuck with us through years and our superheroes came from, like, a very similar time frame, like, you know, the 60s, 50s, like, 70s, when it was mostly, like, cis white male dominated. And so it all came from a perspective of cis white men. And there's been a lot of great indie comic writers that have, like, strived to create new, interesting characters. But for some reason, they don't pick up as easily in popular media. Maybe because they just haven't had the long enough exposure.
Yeah, I mean, there's always an indie component to any form of art. Mm-hmm.
My problem, however, the reason I ask this is if it does change characters, it does change stories. I understand that we do have all these great characters, but why can't we create new characters and leave certain mantles to be?
I mean, it's a stagnation of creativity in really everything right now. I mean, every movie is is a reboot or continuation of a current story, because making new stories that stand the test of time is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legitimately, what's the last movie or thing you saw that was an original idea?
Mean Girls.
Yeah, I have to agree. Mean Girls was pretty original.
Or let's say Inception.
Oh, that was just a mess.
Well, the point is, though, it's like, making characters is hard, so, especially ones that'll, like, take off nationally and stuff. I mean, even, like, the more popular ones, like Static Shock and Black Panther, aren't so mainstream as they are, like, mainstream adjacent.
I feel it takes a good set of writers and people that really do care about a character. For instance, before the Avengers, I had never in my life really heard about Captain America. There were so few fans. It was invisible. Yeah. And after the Avengers took off, after, just all the Captain America movies happened, all of a sudden there's 110 bajillion Captain America fans. And
they're more of Chris Evans fans.
I think
Chris Evans is...
I think Captain
deserves all the
America
fandom.
Would be ripe for a race change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about the subtext that would bring. In the 40s, they experiment on a black soldier, which, brings in mind, like, Tuskegee experiments and stuff.
Oh, that's disgusting.
To punch Hitler in the face, which, brings it a little more meaning than America, because it's America and race.
Mm-hmm.
But then he gets frozen and shit, and he sees New York not how it just as it changes technologically, but for people of color.
That could be interesting, but I just feel like certain characters you can't really change. I think I'm just being salty. Let me just be real right now. I'm just being salty over the change of Wally West in the DC's TV show The Flash, and that's what really it comes down to.
Yeah. Well, it's because they changed the Wests, so they had to change Wally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they had the mindset going in African American Wally, but
it's just kind of difficult sometimes. I think if you've loved a character and you have an idea of what they look like for so long, and when I think of Wally West, I think DC's animated version from the Justice League of America, Wally West, ginger, obnoxious, just over the top. Like, white guy with no problems, at ease. Just like...
I mean, and it's about who you care about, because in the Flash show, Firestorm is half black too, and that doesn't happen in the comics. But you don't care because you don't give a shit about Firestorm.
It's true. Yeah, I guess it's just me being petty. Conversation over about this then. I'm just being petty. By the way, Flash is an amazing show. We could do a whole entire recap of the season up to this point. We might do that on a later podcast, but not tonight because fuck it, we're just tired. So, speaking of remakes and bringing in more people of color, what's happening this week? What's happening
Star Wars!
Yeah.
I am vibrating with excitement.
I think he just...
Oh. Is that a Star Wars sex joke?
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your lightsabers to yourselves,
so please
children.
tell us what you've been doing, how you've been keeping up with the Star Wars phenomena in the last couple months. Year, actually.
He's been stretching every morning before doing a Star Wars dance.
Seen as little as possible. I know there's a black dude and a woman, and there's the stupid but cute and amazing BB-8.
And there's Lupita.
Yeah,
Lupita Nyong'o.
Uh-huh.
And there's Kylo Ren with the fucking crazy cross-handle lightsaber. That's it.
And there's a lot of cheap merchandise to buy right now.
Oh my god.
You can get your BB-8
If you're a Star Wars fan and you need a Christmas gift, you're going to get so many cheap stuff. It's amazing. It's great. And if you are looking for a gift for someone who's a Star Wars fan,
it's easy.
You
my
like
god.
Oranges, right? But there's the BB-8 on it.
I personally have bought in so many fucking things like during this little Star Wars era. Do you think it'll die down after the movie?
I hope so.
We talked about it in the last podcast. We kind of hope so.
No,
it's a little too much.
It
was fun.
It's Disneyfication.
It's like...
Did Frozen calm down after Frozen?
No. Still going strong.
And they have like 6 Star Wars movies in the pipeline right now.
Oh my god.
Which I am...
He's dying. Yes. He's dying for Star Wars.
Literally.
I'm dreading the Disneyfication.
He's gonna die.
But I am so ready for it. At the same time, like I've waited so long for like good Star Wars stuff to come out, and it didn't happen, except like expanded universe, like books and shit. But the movie's coming out, and it's probably gonna be good. Lawrence Kasdan, the writer of the 2 best original ones, New Hope and Empire, was co-writing it, which is like good, like really good. And J.J. Abrams, even when he made Star Trek, he was basically trying to make it into Star Wars.
I just hope that when you go in on Friday at 2:00 in the afternoon, one, that there's no children there for your sake. No offense to children, just, you understand. No one likes crying. And if they cry, just take them out.
Dude, I will not care. All I care about is not getting spoiled, and that's it. As soon as I sit down in that theater, I am engrossed in the screen.
He's gonna jizz.
I will.
Not in public places.
I will ignore life, my girlfriend, all the bodily function needs. I will strap myself fucking in.
What if they do what M. Night Shyamalan did to Avatar: The Last Airbender? Would that break your little heart?
That's not possible.
Is it horrible to say that I kind of hope it's a bad movie so that just the hype would die down a little bit? So that would be a bad person?
Yes.
All the people waiting in line right now for their Star Wars tickets would kill you right now.
Oh my god. But I like how all the closeted Star Wars fans all of a sudden came out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all of a sudden.
Closeted.
Yeah, like, they never mentioned the name Star Wars ever in their life until this last week, and now that's all they talk about, and it's so annoying.
It brings out the childlike wonder in everyone, man.
I'm just really excited to see, like, the old people. I don't care about the
old people.
I don't care about the young generation.
She wants to see Harrison Ford's wrinkly face on screen.
When I see Bae, I will just cry.
Oh my god.
Because Bae is everything.
Where's R2?
Yeah, okay, that's the one question. Has anyone seen R2?
No,
I haven't seen...
To be fair, limited experience. Haven't seen any of the like the complete version of like any of the trailers.
I followed
R2.
I followed a little bit of it, not so much because I didn't want to accidentally spoil anything because I'm a blabbermouth. So, but I haven't seen R2 from my exploration.
Ugh.
So, yeah.
Could they not find a little person to fit in it?
That's terrible. They could have just gone to my sister.
Shouts out to Kenny Baker, the guy who has been in it for years.
He's in the poster.
Now. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's really small.
Maybe it's just a representation of, like, the ghost of R2.
In the first 5 minutes.
The ghost.
The ghost of R2.
Oh god, there's a fucking ghost of R2 talking to BB-8.
Oh my god, that'd be so... Oh. Alright, so to summarize, conclude this episode.
Fuck yeah, Star Wars!
We're gonna be answering a couple Facebook questions that we got from some of our listeners. And then we're gonna close off on our one-word expectations for Star Wars, and then we'll get back to you next week and tell you what Star Wars was actually like and what I thought when I saw Bay. Shout out to Harrison Ford if you ever listen to this podcast. You are my everything.
That's a reach.
One can wish, right? So first question comes from Ms. Carly Allison Town. Why are you too cool for school? Go.
Why are you not too cool for school?
Go.
I'm so cool.
Oh, wait. Can I...
Yeah, sure.
Can I change mine?
Yeah, go for it.
How you doing, Carly? Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. That's all I have to say.
You, go.
I'm so cool, I dropped out of college.
Ooh.
Why are you too cool for school? Because I'm too spooky.
Too spooky.
This question coming in from Gracie. Does Caesar consider himself a sex warlock? So this is a direct
The
question.
answer is yes, but the correct answer is no.
We'll see. Due to skill and knowledge, I'd consider myself a wizard. More like a sex wizard. A warlock summons demons to control them and use them for his benefit. I can't do that. That would be like bringing in another person to have sex with your partner. I'm not so much into that.
And you need consent.
I think that would be like sex warlocking, so I'm more of a sex wizard.
Sex wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Chaotic good sex wizard.
How relevant. Cameron came up with, can there be a black character in The Flash? Also, is Joss a white apologist?
Yes to both.
Yes.
I refuse to comment on this question without my representative here.
She means her white lawyer.
I guess we determined on this episode that I was being petty. I'm not a white apologist, but I am fucking salty. And yes, there can and will be a black Wally West. And I'm still going to watch the show, and I might just love this Wally West. I need to shut the fuck up and watch it. That's how I started with the show. I didn't like it, then I loved it.
Yeah.
And then I was buying t-shirts at 2 a.m.
Mark Hamill was in it. Mark Hamill is one of my nerd loves. Star Wars. Oh.
Next question, Renani. What's up with Caesar considering himself a sex warlock?
I am a sex wizard.
Gracie again. Caesar, is he a sex warlock?
Chaotic good sex wizard.
Jared, how many times can the word hashtag be said before it becomes habit?
Oh, God.
That's
so I have
Isaac's
this
wheelhouse.
thing, unfortunately, when I want to say something, I go hashtag amazing. Or hashtag that's awesome. Or hashtag did you hear about that thing on the news? And then I have a sentence or phrase or, it's just a thing.
You are what the internet is turning people into.
Yeah.
Carly would like to share with us, hashtags will always be in style.
Oh, thank you, Carly A. Town. You're my absolute favorite listener.
Also, she further takes it further. Well, that sentence made no sense. Also, she further takes it further by taking it further. Also, how did the universe begin? Answer definitive, please. I need to know.
String theory.
Ovaries.
The dinosaurs happened.
What? I think like ovaries were like the first cell organism and just birth.
I'd like to believe extraterrestrials put us here, but that's just me.
That is literally just you.
Just me. And that's about it, guys. I guess, one-word answers for what we think of Star Wars.
Vibrating.
Oh, God. I have 2 words. Over it.
Hashtag over
Hashtag over it. That counts as 1, actually.
Oh, because it's a hashtag. It's all one word.
Bay.
Oh, God, no. Please change your word.
Bay.
Vibrating bay.
Vibrating bay over it.
Hashtag vibrating bay over it.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Hashtag,
We need to kill this thing before it spreads.
hashtag vibrating over baby.
Oh, no.
And that's how we're gonna close. Bye, guys.
Bye, Felicia.